Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killerrodan. So, alright, here's another video to upload on my original channel because I want to be more frequent with these videos, of course, and just have a way to just upload something, I guess you can say, sure. And yes, obviously I will post a link down below for my second channel where I be talking about movies and such, and yes, of course, I'll post a link down below for Earth as well, if you see more of this type of content, I guess. So anyway, let's just continue, I guess. Obviously, and just enjoy ourselves. And thank you for anyone for tuning in. Of course, I do appreciate it, obviously. And yeah, obviously, just want to thank about ahead of time because this is gonna be a pretty crazy one, of course. So here we go, I reckon. I don't mind doing these kinds of stuff because I feel it's fun in its own way, obviously. All right, I'm just yada 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 blah blah. Let's just continue onward, shall we? So let's just get into craziness, obviously, because why the hell not? Yep. Alright then, here we go. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, gotta explore more of the setting, obviously, so here we go, I reckon. Oh, that's cool. That's definitely a good start here. Okay. I like the fact that the character's kind of a dickhead in some ways. Oh yeah. Plus, I don't mind it really. Okay. Oh, maybe just me, I guess. I don't mind it. I'll just continue onward. Stuff, of course. Oh yeah. More money? Sure, why not? Why not? Much more fighting. Oh yeah. Woo! Maybe just gather more stuff, whatever we can gather, I suppose. If anything else. I reckon. That's how it is. Let's have it! You bastards. Oh, definitely.
There is no glory in such. Don't give them the advantage. Very
Okay, sure, whatever. I mean, I don't mind this kind of games, I guess. Ooh, there we go, I guess. Oh. Something like that, like Dragon D, the Dragon Theory, and you want me to do it all the time.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend.
The recent one has gotten a lot of flack, but I don't think it's all that bad. Unpopular opinion, but I don't care.
You want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the cart, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads. Which are unsold, I'm afraid. 100 silver, and my thanks is all I have to offer. The name's Bodon Fedek, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandor. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way. Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says a half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
But anyway, so let's go through this, of course.
We'll be off.
I just thought I'd point that out, folks, because don't be thinking I'm playing one of the older titles, having to have the gameplay through of one of the older titles just because.
What do you need?
Oh, it's done just to hate on the New one.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you
Hello.
kindly for all your assistance.
Because that's clearly not the case. I'm not. This is not being uploaded on this channel. Just a lot of hatred towards the fourth installment of the series. The
Hello.
one that just came out not that long ago. That's not why, folks. I should have mentioned that earlier, but whatever. So honestly, it's not that bad. It really isn't. A lot of people like to get on a game's case because I know gay people, or whatever. Even those whole lesbian, whatever you call it. This jacket. Oh yeah, just strike these easy. That's how this entire thing seems nonsensical to me. Oh no, they're being closed. Whoop-de-doo. Again, I don't care, so?
Bad dreams, huh?
Yeah, as long as it goes with the story, who gives a shit? People want to exist, you know?
It's just that you were shouting in your sleep, loud, and not in a good, this is private way either. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. He did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fedek, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me. If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Anyway, so here we go with this. Whatnot. Let's keep it going. Oh yeah. I mean, it's alright though, I suppose. That's just how it is. Whatnot. But okay. I mean, I really don't want to stick too much on drama, really. Because ultimately, it means nothing. Doesn't mean anything really about it, but just a bunch of people just stuck in the past. Was how I took it anyway. Whatever. Whatever with me.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright then, again, just check out my second channel, folks, and efforts as well. The links for both channels are down below. Just doing a little quick reminder. Of course, obviously. Okay. So just trying to do this and whatnot. Oh, yeah.
I could get used to this, you know.
But right then, whatever, mates.
Why, thank you so much.
Whatever.
Oh, how dear of you.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
But yeah, just thought, just the fact that I have really shitty scheduling when it comes to this, at least to this channel anyway. I know with my other channel, I know at least fairly frankly, and this one's kind of shit
I
when it comes
await
to uploading.
your command. We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
I mean, gaming is something, I guess. I suppose. I'm just saying. I guess.
I await your command. So,
Yeah, but I'm
full
just
of
saying,
questions,
I
are
guess,
you?
but it's just that before, it's just the scheduling to upload was kind of bad. Really bad, honestly, but whatever. At least I'm trying to do something now, I suppose.
I assume you were actually asking whether Flemeth herself gave birth to me. Truly, I do not know. I once asked Flemeth that very question, and she merely laughed at me. It is not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive form to attract him willingly. I find it more difficult to imagine her with child.
What do we say, lady? Here we go, here we go. Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember her being younger once. She had black hair, much like my own, long and lustrous. But how could that be if she is centuries old? Has she become wizened only recently? Or are the tales of her legend only that, and nothing more? I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me as her blood.
Whatever, mate. Whatever, mate. Let's go and just finish this up, I suppose. Sure.
What an odd thing to say. Why must love enter into the equation? Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of men. If other mothers do not teach these things, then I believe them the lesser.
Oh yeah. I mean, for an older game, I guess the graphics here aren't too bad. I know I made a remark about that earlier in a previous video, but I'm just saying. On the older title, it doesn't look too bit shabby, I suppose. Because I don't think so.
Room for coddling and weakness? Why should such things be desirable? To indulge in love is to indulge in delusion. Surely a Grey Warden such as yourself does not believe otherwise.
Alrighty, sure. What do I reckon? Whatever, mate. Let's just keep going.
Cynicism is a trait of the true survivor. Considering your situation, you would do well to remember that. I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Not sure, I suppose. Okay, never mind that. Never mind that. Okay, let's go over here.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What else do we gotta do here? What else? What is it? Let me see here.
Enchantment!
Okay. Whatever. So there's that, I reckon. Whatever, mate. I do like the characters' armors, though. The armor that the characters would wear.
Oh, wait,
Really nice, actually. I like the way they look. Good art design here.
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Okay. What else we got here? I don't know. Alright then. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever, mate. But whatever. Let's go.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Sure. Whatever.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone. It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Ugh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables. I am going to pretend I never heard that. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Little doggies. Aw. Are they precious? Yes, they are. They're really precious. I
just did.
Aw.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Of course, as usual, folks, I'm against animal abuse. Just to make that clear. Just to make that perfectly crystal clear.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Okay. Whatever. See what else I got here. Okie dokie.
I seek to understand the dog. We fight alongside each other, and I must discover the strength of his heart.
I don't like the fact you actually get rid of the animals. I don't think it's a good thing, though.
The true warrior understands.
Very nice touch. I mean, at least I thought so, anyway. At least I thought so. But yeah. Hello, doggy. How do you do? How do you do, little buddy? Ain't that precious? Okay.
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
Here we go. Here we go. It's honestly, I think it could be a lot of fun.
It's very nice, games. And it suits you. Simple.
Maybe into
not
this
like the
kind of
elaborate
thing,
hairstyles we wore in Orlais.
Because if someone's going
they
to
involved
actually
flowers,
explore.
ribbons, jewels. 1 year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels. Yes, you can imagine what she looked like by the end of the evening. But I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
I guess we're just going to keep exploring, huh? Is that what it is? Keep on exploring, I suppose. Oh, yeah. At least I think so, anyway.
You see? This is what I mean. You're such a pleasure to talk to. I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
Alright. So there's that, I reckon. But whatever, mate. Whatever.
And what would you do if I said I
Whatever,
do?
sure.
Very much so, in fact.
Right. As you wish, lady. If you say so. If you say so. If you say so. Okay.
There's no one else I'd rather spend time with. Come then, let's get going. If I recall correctly, you have some important earth-shattering business to attend to. Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother. Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes, small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on. Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? Where did you hear this? And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers, but some of them are what we call bards. Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are. Nobles mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players. Spy on you? What would you have that a spoilt and bored Orlesian nobleman could want? I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past. Is my usefulness all that matters to you? My skills served me well, but the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry, and when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here. Yes? Something you need? I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time. Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent. Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais. Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front, a ribbon perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring. I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room, perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them. They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we? Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheat? I'm sure you...
blast it. Yes. Yes. Blast it.
Indeed.
Yes. Oh, blast it.